concept of a Satanic New World Order seeking to control humanity through the manipulation of global warming is a complex and multifaceted topic. At its core, this idea suggests that a powerful, secretive group is utilizing the threat of climate change to impose their will upon the world, reshaping it in their image. While this notion may seem like the stuff of conspiracy theories, it is essential to examine the underlying dynamics and motivations that drive such a hypothesis. To begin with, it is crucial to acknowledge that the threat of global warming is real. The scientific consensus is clear: human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases, are significantly contributing to the rise in global temperatures. However, the notion that a Satanic New World Order is exploiting this issue to control humanity requires a deeper exploration of the underlying power structures and agendas. One possible interpretation is that the Satanic New World Order represents a symbol of the collective interests of the global elite, who seek to maintain and expand their power and influence over the world's resources, economies, and populations. By leveraging the fear and urgency surrounding climate change, this group may aim to create a sense of global crisis, which can be used to justify the implementation of drastic measures such as stringent regulations, carbon taxes, and even the restriction of individual freedoms. A key aspect of this strategy is the manipulation of public perception and the creation of a narrative that supports the agenda of the Satanic New World Order. This can be achieved through the control of mainstream media, the dissemination of propaganda, and the suppression of dissenting voices. By shaping the public discourse and limiting the range of acceptable opinions, the global elite can create a sense of consensus and urgency, which can be used to push through the desired policies and reforms. Another critical component of this hypothesis is the role of international institutions and agreements, such as the Paris Agreement and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. While these initiatives may appear to be well-intentioned and necessary for addressing the global challenges posed by climate change, they can also be seen as mechanisms for the Satanic New World Order to exert control over national sovereignty and impose a uniform, globalized framework for governance and economic development. Furthermore, the emphasis on sustainability, renewable energy, and eco-friendly technologies can be viewed as a means of consolidating power and wealth in the hands of a few, while simultaneously disempowering and disenfranchising marginalized communities and individuals. The green economy, for instance, can be seen as a Trojan horse for the imposition of a new world order, where the interests of the global elite are prioritized over those of the general population. In conclusion, the idea that the Satanic New World Order is using global warming to control humanity is a complex and multifaceted concept that requires careful consideration of the underlying power dynamics and agendas. While the threat of climate change is real, it is essential to examine the ways in which this issue is being manipulated and exploited by those seeking to impose their will upon the world. By recognizing the potential for manipulation and control, individuals can begin to critically evaluate the information and narratives presented to them and work towards creating a more just, equitable, and sustainable world, where the interests of all people are prioritized over those of the powerful few. Ultimately, it is up to each individual to remain vigilant, informed, and engaged, and to resist the imposition of a new world order that seeks to undermine human freedom and dignity.